Welcome to Vet Ranch. I'm Dr. Matt, and this little pup is named Kevin. He was going to be euthanized today, but someone took him from the death row at the shelter, and they brought him to us. He has a few issues, some much more serious than the others. Come here, bud. He is probably a little 8-month-old dog, less than a year for sure. We're not really sure on his age. His main problem is this rear right leg. Come here, Kevin. Right here, you can see it is a little swollen. This is his knee here, and then it's swollen right under that. This tibia goes from his knee to his ankle here. It is broken really badly, and it's a very old break. I'll show you the x-rays in a minute, but there's a lot of new bone growth around it because it's been trying to heal, but without a cast or some way to fixate it, it's just not. It's caused a non-union, so it likely has no chance of healing now. Here's Kevin's x-ray. His body's up here. This is his femur coming down to his knee. Here's his tibia and fibula. His tibia is totally smashed right there, as you can see. All of this extra stuff here and around here is new bone growth. The bone is trying to heal, and it likely will not. It looks like this is probably a non-union, which means it's not going to come together. So that is not a good thing. It shows that it's a very old injury. Here's a straight on view. This is the femur coming down, here's the knee, here is the tibia coming down right here, and the bottom half is coming up right here. So you can see this is called overriding, where this tip of the bone should be right here on this tip, there and there, but instead they're crossing. Not good for trying to heal. Here is the fibula here, big swelling bony callus right there, meaning it's trying to heal as well. But that is a messed up lower leg. His other issue is he has entropion. His bottom eyelids are rolling in. You can see he's kind of painful. He's not wanting me to touch his eyes, but all this drainage on his face, his eyelids are rolling in, so his hair is brushing his cornea. His little eyelashes are brushing his cornea, causing a lot of irritation, so I'm gonna have to roll those eyelids out so he can, not be uncomfortable. But he's a happy little puppy, and we are going to do what we can to make him a little more comfortable. There's no chance that that leg is going to heal. I'm pretty confident in that. So we could try to fix it, but I have a feeling that we would spend months doing that and it would never heal because it's been injured for so long. So the best thing to do in this case is just amputate that leg, and he'll be totally pain-free within a couple weeks. So that's what we're going to do, just so we can get him out the door as quickly as possible so we can save other animals from the euthanasia list at the shelter. So we're going to go ahead and probably do his surgery in a couple days, and we'll let you come along. It is day of surgery, and we've actually had a little change of heart about chopping his leg off because he uses it pretty well, and he actually, oh, he found a cat. Come here, come here, come here. He'll run on it, as you can see. And so it's been broken so long that it's not really painful anymore. And I think it probably has a non-union where it basically will bend there, kind of like another joint. But I kind of don't, I don't know that it's worth amputating right now because a kind of funky leg that is non-painful is probably better than no leg. So we're just going to do his eye surgery today and fix those little eyes, and then we'll probably just splint the leg and leave it splinted for a couple months and see if we make any headway with that fracture. Just finished Kevin's neuter. Now we are going to flip him over and look at his eyes. Alright, I'll show you what the entropion is. This is his lower eyelid. And see these hairs right here? The whole eyelid is rolled in. That's where it should be, but it's all rolled in like this, so these hairs are constantly rubbing on his eye, causing all this tearing. And this other eye has the exact same thing. Watch me roll it out. There's the inside of his eyelid, the edge of his eyelid that should be right there, and it rolls all the way in and these hairs rub on it. So I'm going to cut a little piece of skin out so it'll hold it down like this. So to get this eyelid to roll out like this, we need to put tension on it down here, and to do that I am taking out this little sliver of skin right under the eye, and then I'll suture this to this so it'll pull it down and hopefully be enough to roll that eyelid out. And sometimes you need to come revisit these and pull a little bit more out in a certain place. We'll see. I'm usually pretty good at judging them, so we'll just kind of have to see how it turns out and see if he needs a second surgery later on. Here's the eyelid where I took about a 1/4 inch out. Big ellipse there. I'm just going to suture it all together now. So once it is sutured, you'll see it pulls it down, and now the edge of that eyelid, that margin right there, is sticking up instead of rolling into the eye. Here is the right eye, and you can see how much it rolls in right there. So there's the margin that we want, and it just sucks it all in there. So I'll probably have to cut out a little bit more on this right eye. Just finished surgery, and our eyelids are looking pretty good now. You can see the margin there not rolling in, so the hair is not touching his cornea anymore. And same over here on this side. You can see his upper eyelids roll in a little bit, but not enough that the hair touches. So I'm just gonna leave those for now. I don't think those are a big issue, but the bottom eyelids look much better now. So I figured this was a non-union, meaning the bone had already healed and it would just move around like a new joint there, but this actually is really solid here. This big swelling is where that break was, and the body has done a really good job of hooking this all back together. So I actually think this is going to heal up all on its own just with time. It's probably going to take several months, but it's doing really good on it. I had never messed with it under anesthesia, but now that I can see that it's a really solid fracture now, just because he's been healing it for so long. So we're just gonna leave it all alone and wake him up. Morning, Kevin. Rough night. Kevin's up and moving around, doing well. It's about 3 hours after surgery, and seems to be a pretty happy boy and not in too much pain, which is good. It's been 6 days since Kevin's surgery. This is my sister, by the way, Allie, and she's going to vet school starting in the fall. And Kevin has torn up his cone a little bit. Hey, bud. But his eyes are doing good. Good boy. And he's actually doing really well on his leg. He's been in a cage for the last 6 days, and I think cage rest is sort of helping him. So everything's going well, and we'll give you an update in about another week. It has been about a month since Kevin's eye surgery, and he's actually doing really well. They're not rolling in at all anymore. He's not tearing anymore like he was. So everything's working out pretty well. I don't think he's gonna need any revision at all on those eye surgeries. He also is doing really well on his leg. Kevin has a slight limp, but it is very minor. And I took an x-ray of it this morning that I'll cut to in just a second, and his leg is healing up really well. Okay, let me show you one more time the old injury. This is from 1 month ago, so femur, tibia, bad break right there. Looking very terrible. Now let me show you the one from today. Femur coming down, knee joint, here is that tibia, and you can see that the gap in the middle of that bone is looking a lot better now. It's not this wide giant gap. It's really sealing up well, and it's forming totally new bone over here to bridge those two together. Pretty amazing what the body can do just given a little time. So that's been 1 month, and it's made that much progress. I am very confident now that in the next couple months this is going to it'll shrink this bony callus back down and be a pretty normal looking bone in there. Super solid, probably even stronger than it was before. So despite having a nasty break when he was a young puppy, he's doing pretty good now, and it's only been a month of us having him. So I can only imagine another couple months he should be a totally normal dog with no remnants of that broken leg injury ever showing his ugly head again. So as always, I need to say thank you for supporting us at Vet Ranch so that we can support animals like Kevin, who otherwise, having no one to help pay for their treatments, are just put down at the local pound. So thank you so much for everything that you guys are helping us do by your donations and by your views, and it really makes a big difference, a life-changing difference for dogs like Kevin. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time on Vet Ranch. Hello there. I should get a kitten. Everything's better with kittens. This is Leela. She's a little Vet Ranch kitten. She'll have a video probably up in a couple weeks whenever she's done healing up. And the donations are increasing, so we are able to help more and more animals like Leela and Kevin. So it's really great. She's kind of like half feral, so she's still not too sure about me, but she's really warmed up. She used to never let me pick her up and hold her like this. There are some things that I would like to do with the channel that cost money, and they're not directly related to animals. Like they're like equipment I'd like to buy, camera and medical equipment and stuff like that. And I don't really feel right asking for donations for those because y'all are giving enough just giving donations for animals. So I've been trying to think about how I can acquire these things to make the channel better without asking for donations for them. And then I was contacted by a company, Audible.com, They are a website that has audiobooks, and they are interested in sponsoring some Vet Ranch episodes. So Audible.com has, I think, over 180,000 titles on their website. I have been listening to a book called No Better Friend. It's by Robert Weintraub, I think is how you pronounce his name. But it's about a pointer named Judy in World War II, and she was on gunboats, and she was kind of the mascot of a gunboat. And it shows how much this dog meant to all these men and how much these men meant to this dog. And she ended up getting captured, and she became, I think, the only dog POW of World War II. If you'd like to listen to this book, you can get it for free using the URL. She does not want to be on this table at all. I know. Using the URL audible.com/vetranch, and you get a free membership and a free download of any book. You can download No Better Friend, or you can download any other book, and it's on Vet Ranch. So thanks for watching. Thanks to Audible for supporting Vet Ranch. We'll see you next time, and you'll see her in a couple weeks.